Good day, duelists! Proxy cards. Today I want to talk about proxy cards. And let me start this discussion by saying that I own a lot of cards. Original, authentic Duel Masters cards that I absolutely love collecting and playing with. You can see it in my Duel Masters collection video, and that was from 2 years ago. In the meantime, I think the number of cards I own has pretty much doubled. And if you're like, okay Mr. Bazat, nice brag, but what does that have to do with proxy cards? My point is, I collect Duel Masters cards. And yet despite that, I would not recommend anyone to collect Duel Masters cards in the current year. I do it because it's my passion and I am in a fortunate enough position to be able to pursue that passion, but if you just want to get into Duel Masters and experience the game, just use proxies. Or Japanese cards, but that's a topic for another video. Let's focus on the Western release for this one. A decent budget English deck for this game will set you back like 300 clams, and if you want to have a collection of decks to play around with your friends, well, you'd better be prepared to dish out like 5,000 bucks or more. Just for one example, one of the most played cards, Soul Swap, sells for 1,000 bucks per playset, and you'll need a playset for almost every deck that runs nature. And that's just one card, which is understandable. After all, these cards have not been printed for 20 years and people are still playing the game to this day, so you know, low supply, high demand, it's basic economics. All of that is to say, it is my strong opinion that proxies are the best way to experience the game of Duel Masters in 2026, and if we want this beautiful game to grow and be as healthy as it can be, we as a community should be destigmatizing proxies as much as possible. And I know that maybe some people will see this statement as controversial, but it's what I personally truly believe. With all of that out of the way, let's get to the main point of this video, which is how to get Duel Masters proxy cards. Now, there are many ways of doing this, but I'll share the one that I personally use, namely MakePlayingCards.com. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, it's just a genuinely great service and I want to show you how to use it step by step just in case you want to give it a go. Alright, so we are on the Make Playing Cards website, and the first thing that you want to do is click on Custom Game Card. So right here, click Start Design, and then what you want to search for, and make sure you get this right because it's important. What you want to search for is 63 by 88 custom game cards. This is the dimension of Duel Masters cards. So you're just going to click on this, and then you get a whole bunch of options here. So for cardstock, I like to go with the S30 Standard Smooth. Size of deck is how many cards you want to be printing, so this doesn't have to be one deck, it can be like however many cards you want to print. For me, for what I'm doing for this project, it's going to be up to 55 cards. Then for print type, we want to do full color print. So full color print is for non-holo cards, but you can also do holographic front if you want holo cards. I'll show you what that looks like later in the video. So for what I want to do today, I want to print holo cards, so I'll be picking holographic front. For finish, we want to go with the default NPC game card finish. And then for packaging, you can just leave it as shrink wrapped. And then you click start your design, and this is the fun part. So you can change the amount of cards, but I'll just leave it at the max of 55. And then we want to go image and text and select different images because presumably you won't want 55 copies of the same card. And now this is the fun part. So here you want to drag and drop images of your proxy cards. Now obviously I cannot give you a link to images of Duel Masters cards because that would be against, you know, Wizards of the Coast policy. But if you're on any Duel Masters community, like you can join some Discord servers that I'll have linked in the description, I'm sure you can find images of a whole bunch of, or all of the cards in the Duel Masters TCG, so you can just use them here. What I will do for this video though is I have designed my own set of cards that I want to print to give out as gifts during the 2026 Duel Masters Mega Meet. So that's what I'll be doing now. You'll notice that the cards will not look exactly the same as the original Duel Masters cards, but again, you can put any card here that you want. So I already have the images saved up, and as you can see, I'm just dragging and dropping them, and then I want 2 copies of each of the cards, so I'm dragging and dropping them from the PC to one of the slots, and then you can print however many copies you want. The one caveat here is that you cannot print any legal information. So if you've noticed in the bottom right corner of the card, it no longer says like copyright Wizards of the Coast blah blah blah. I just put the link to my YouTube channel, which, I mean, if you're printing proxy cards, there is no real reason to want the copyright information there. I mean, there's some people that want them to be as close to the real card as possible. I personally don't have that. In fact, I want them to be very easily distinguishable as proxy cards. So, you know, this works for me, and it should be fine for most people. But anyway, what I'm doing right now is just dragging and dropping the image files from my computer. Again, if you want image files for Duel Masters trading cards, you can find them online. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of good sources that have them. And I am just making the images. You know, you can pick and choose what you want. You can put whatever you want in these slots. These are the cards that I'm choosing to print for this demo. And I only need to print 46 cards from what I want to do, so I'll just fill the empty slots with whatever, because again, you get charged for the full amount that you picked, so I'll just put this beautiful placeholder card there, and there we go, our quote-unquote deck is done. These are the cards that we will be printing out for this video. And once again, double checking that everything is fine, and then you can just click on next step. Now the next step allows you to add some extra like message on top of your cards. It's like a very basic editor, but we don't want this because we already have everything we want in the images, so we click on next step again, and then we want to design the back of the card. So we have the fronts, now we design the backs, and I clicked on the same image because for all of the cards I want to have, well, the same card back. And once again, you cannot have any trademarked or copyrighted logos and such. So you will see that here I am uploading a Duel Masters card back, but without the Duel Masters logo. Once again, I'm sure you can find this online if you just ask around on Discord or Reddit or whatever. And once I have uploaded it, I will just click next step once again. Again, it asks me if I want to put some text on it. I'll just hit next step again. And we see a preview of what our cards will look like with the front and the back of each of the cards. So there we go. You have to check this box and then add to cart. And then, as you can see, this set of 55 cards cost me 33 bucks. So it's, you know, a little less than $1 per card, but this is for hollow cards. Normal cards will be at half the price, and I'm sure you can figure out the checkout process by yourself. I obviously don't want to reveal my credit card information. Now you will have to pay a shipping fee. For standard shipping for me it's been about 10 bucks, so you do with that as you will. Obviously it's more worth it if you're ordering more cards, because then the shipping is a less percentage of your order. And once you've completed the checkout process, that's pretty much it. It usually takes 2 to 3 weeks for the cards to arrive, at least for me, so I'll see you then and I'll show you what the end product looks like.
Several days later.
And this is what the cards look like. They just arrived in the mail, and I just wanted to show it to you to see the sort of quality of them. Again, these are proxies that I made specifically for the Mega Meet 2026 event. So, you know, they don't look like the real cards, obviously, but you can print whatever you want, as we've established. The foiling on this, I'm not sure, I'm trying to get a good view on it. It's obviously not the same rainbow foiling that's done on Duel Masters or on real Duel Masters cards, but it looks pretty good. I'm trying to sort of show you that it's also pretty high resolution. And of course you don't have to get foiled cards if you don't want to. Let me sort of go through all of them and show you what they look like. Yeah, this is what the proxies look like. Ooh, this one I particularly like. Again, I'm not sure how well the camera can pick up the foiling on these. Oh, and I should also probably show the card bag. This is once again the card bag that I have attached. It doesn't have the Duel Masters logo because they don't allow that. which is something I don't personally mind. First of all, because if you want to play the cards, they get put in sleeves, but also it makes it easy to sort of tell, you know, which cards are proxies and which not at a glance. I do like the fact that the resolution is very high on these cards. Like, they're printed very professionally, and you know, if you look at them from far away, I mean, obviously these ones you know that they're proxies because well, I have you know, they don't look like the real cards, and I have my link over here, but you know, they look very good. Oh, this one I really like how it's turned out as well. So there we go. That is what these look like. I can maybe also show you like some other cards that I have printed with them in the past. So let me see if I can find some of those real quick. Yeah, so this is just so you can see the non-foil version, much simpler. These are some Kaijudo proxies that I printed a while back with this card back, with the logo removed, of course. The non-foil version, I mean, obviously it's much easier to make non-foil cards, but they're really good, and especially because the foil doesn't like give it away. It's pretty good. I would highly recommend them. It's a bit difficult to tell you like the feel of the card compared to a real card. It's a bit thinner than a Duel Masters card. I would say it's about the same thickness as a Kaijudo card because those are a bit thinner as well. But anyway, this is what the non-foiling version looks like. And these are also some cards that I printed a while back with Yu-Gi-Oh! Creatures. So maybe this tells something for some people. But just so you can sort of see what these would look like. This one I particularly like the way that it looks. I think it's pretty sick. So yeah, if you're happy with the quality of these, just from what you can see, I definitely recommend using them as a proxy service. I think you'll be hard pressed to find something better, especially like with the ease of use and availability of what they have. I think it's you know, it's difficult to compete, I would say. Of course, if you have your own printers or your own proxy makers, then you know this video is not for you, but I just want to sort of bring attention that this option exists. I've been using it a lot, and I really am very satisfied with the results. And if that's something that you feel like you want to use, then go ahead. Again, it's not sponsored or anything. I've just been personally using this a lot, and I know because the game has been dead for 20 years, obviously many people will be wanting to get proxy cards. So this is one way to make them, just the one that I've been using, just among the sea of others. So if you found this video helpful, let me know. Until next time, duelists, take care.